Question 345. Should video games be considered a sport?
Sorry?
Should video games be considered a sport?
Fuck that. No. That's stupid. No. Fucking
See, that's
no.
very, very hard to define, because if you're going to say sport, is something physical, then like I showed you yesterday, snooker. You've never heard of a snooker table before. Snooker is a sport.
I've heard of it. I
Exactly.
Just didn't know
I thought Snickers was a
How do
chocolate.
you not know what a snooker table is?
All right, is pool a
fucking
sport?
American?
Is pool a sport?
We have a pool. That's it.
Is pool a sport?
We drink and shoot pool.
Is pool a sport?
You're
Snooker's
still
not big in
actually
America.
Snooker's an upmarket, intelligent version of pool.
Yeah, pool's for drinking. Snooker's for being intelligent.
Okay.
So what is a
I would
sport?
answer the question.
Go on.
How about, I'd say FIFA soccer on like PlayStation is a sport.
Yeah, I'm all for esports being sports. There's lots of sports like darts and stuff like that that aren't particularly physical, but they're still considered sports. So
Is it
I don't have a
is
problem
it
with
the
esports, but
is it the
Then they
skill
should be
aspect?
They should be just
Yeah, I
esports,
think
then.
that's
You
what it comes
shouldn't
down
even
to.
call them sports. That's stupid. Then they're esports or whatever the fuck. But no.
okay. But then is driving a racing car a sport then?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's actually
I would say
incredibly
so.
physical.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. If you're going to say that, what's the difference between driving a racing car and driving a simulation of a racing car?
You actually
It's like
do
you
have to
won't die driving the
Yeah.
simulation.
You do
What
have
would
to be
fucking kill you?
in certain amount of shape to drive a racing car physically and mentally.
You have to drive it on a proper simulator as well.
No, driving a simulator and
you
driving a
don't.
Formula One car is not the same thing. The physical strain that goes
No.
on your body, the actual reaction times and all that. Plus, you can fucking die in a big car. You can't die in a simulator.
Yeah, you can.
I will grant you that's
No,
an
no, no.
enormous difference between
No.
the simulation.
You can die playing games. Several people have died playing games.
Somebody's got an echo.
Is that me? Hang on.
Maybe. Hello.
Hello? Damn it, it's
It's
Jen.
you. Damn it, Jen. Right, God says, to be a sport, you have to be exhausted. How are darts players exhausted? Just picking up the darts?
Walking to the dartboard with three
Well-
pints in their hands.
I'll always refer you to that old not the 9 o'clock news sketch from back in the day.
Oh,
Like
that
that.
destroyed darts in this country.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Oh, that was brilliant.
Double vodka! Double vodka! Oh, he's missed it up with half a shandy on that last one there.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
what is a sport?
You know, I mean,
That's what it boils down to. How do you define a sport?
yeah.
Can you gamble on it?
Something that brings competitiveness into it? What defines a sport?
I could be
Well, if you
competitive.
could define it by competitiveness, then definitely esports are sports.
Yes.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm trying to mention
But
it.
if you're going to define it by competitiveness, professional wrestling is classed as a sport, and that is not a competitive contest.
Professional wrestling or
question
amateur wrestling?
That
Still is.
amateur wrestling is a legit sport. No one's going to.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, professional wrestling is classified as a sport. However, it's not competitive. It is, it is staged. It is predetermined.
What are you saying?
Yeah, it's staged. That's entertainment.
What
That's
are you saying?
Dave, I'll explain to you off stream.
Wait a minute.
Next, you'll be telling me Santa's not real.
Mm.
But you have something like gymnastics that is completely predetermined. You do a set routine every time.
Yeah.
That's a motherfucking sport. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Exactly. And the competition is
Well,
outside. Is outside of the. Is external to the. To the
But
doing
is
of
the
it.
win-
If that makes
is
sense.
the winner predetermined when it goes in?
Depends on which country's hosting it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, all sports have this issue. I mean, even tennis, that's a racket now.
Oh, shit, no.
Right. Okay, Sammy.
Oh, come on. Bionic Dance would be happy with that.
She'd be very happy with
Well,
that one.
She'd be very happy with that.
Sammy.
Is chess a sport?
Well, it's classed as a sport. But in this country, bridge
Yes,
isn't.
yeah.
Card games aren't. A lot of card
Why?
games aren't. I don't know. It just came up as a big legal case a few years ago, and they lost.
Hmm.
I think it's to do with whether or not they can get funding from
Because
certain
I
bodies.
think that the defining line. If you class chess as a sport, then video games might as well be as well.
Yeah.
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 This is the more important question. Should video games be an Olympic sport?
No.
Oh, fuck no.
God, no.
I don't see why not.
Go controversial
But
there,
the problem
Dave.
is, the first Olympics had poetry and creative writing.
did.
Well, come
Yeah.
on. I mean, it wouldn't be the first joke sport that's been put into the Olympics. I mean, baseball was put in there, for goodness sake. And America lost.
Is that like directed at me?
I believe so. You're meant to
No,
be
no,
insulted.
no.
Act insulted, quick.
No, not at you, just your country. You're just your country.
I think I feel about my country at the moment anyway. So
Yeah.
fuck it.
Well, here's the thing. This is the thing. America introduced baseball into the Olympics in '96, and of all countries, it was a country that America hates, Cuba, that won the gold medal.
Very good. Right, Reese said, shagging is physical. If you get a few spectators, that could be a sport too. In some countries, there are competitions.
Well, I only watch the Olympics for the ice skating and the gymnastics.
Of course you
and-
do.
I knew that was going to be
You
a
should,
thing.
you're a
Watch the
winter.
volleyball.
You're gonna say women's beach
Oh,
volleyball.
yeah. And
That-
the beach volleyball.
Forget about the beach volleyball.
So what you're saying is it's a sport if there's eye candy.
Exactly.
So you would vote Pornhub as a sport.
Oh, completely. I've burned many a calorie
Wait.
on that.
Watching Pornhub or
No, we
like
want-
participating in Pornhub? Then?
Well, either, I suppose.
It depends. we could have competitive watching of people watching Pornhub.
So we can.
Yeah.
So we,
Oh, that is.
Like a goggle box.
so we
Goggle
can,
box.
so we can reach
Did
consensus.
you say gobblecock?
Gogglebox.
No, goggle box for Pornhub.
So we can reach. So we can reach a consensus that women's mud wrestling should be an Olympic event.
Fuck off.
I think it would be fine, but you'd have to have men's mud wrestling too.
Exactly.
You have to touch it.
Honestly, nobody wants
And
to
I'm
do
fairly
that.
certain that we'd have to have mixed as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait,
In the interest of fairness and sporting competition, yes, actually you should have men's and you should have mixed. However, as a viewer of the Olympics, I can choose which I wish to watch.
Fair enough. So we have got 4 people that say it's a sport, 1 person that says it's not, and no one has defined what a sport is.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, could you make Pornhub
Why do I
into
get
a
this?
relay race? Could you
So
make
what do
Pornhub into a go on ahead, Jeff.
No, it's just, why do I get the feeling my invite onto Amanda's channel is slowly disappearing right now?
It's all right. She's just going to make you wear shorts and come covered in mud.
Yeah, tomorrow night I was
No.
supposed to be doing TV time with Amanda. However, that is not looking doubtful now.
Having said that, Jeff in shorts covered in mud actually probably wouldn't be too bad.
Hey,
You're
hey,
always wearing a football
Hey.
jersey anyway, so it would make sense.
and I appreciate the fact you said football.
It registered in my brain right before it came out of my mouth for you. So you're welcome.
MathPig,
Yes.
you've forgotten, haven't you?
No, I wasn't listening to you.
No, you were trying to talk.
I was saying, if you had it on Pornhub, you could turn it into a relay race, and you can figure out how that works.
Well, I think
You'd need judges on the ground is the problem.
Well,
You'd also have to go back to the original Greek and make sure everyone was lubed up first.
Well, MathPig, if you wish, I'm if you wish to come on board, I'm willing to help form a governing body for this.
Well, you can have
For the men's or the
Who
women's?
gets to judge on which department?
Mainly for the women's, but I'm happy to form a governing body for women's oil and mud wrestling if people are willing to come in and help set a definitive.
You realise, as a pansexual, and I'm sure Amanda feels the same, we have no objections to this.
Yeah. Then you will have. There we go. We've got some board members already. We're going to set up a governing body for this.
Yeah, but I think both Jeff and MathPig should be fully responsible for, and with full involvement in greasing up and oiling up and mudding up the men as well.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
I'll do it for the sport.
The length.
Can we film it for fun?
I will happily do that for the interests of sporting competition.
The lengths that Jeff will go to rub mud onto a girl.
You only had to ask, Jeff.
Right.
No, I don't have. No, it takes more than asking.
I've tried that.
There has to be manipulation for a woman to allow me to do that. There has to be a certain degree of manipulation there.
Chloroform.
Chloroform. That's getting. I don't think that would be allowed in the rules.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jeff's writing the rules.
Strongly discouraged.
Hey, he's the governing body.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced I can be associated with this sport anymore. Right.
Yeah,
Are we talking about video games at some point?
If we
Yeah,
commit
there wasn't
to
meant
this
for
now,
video games.
if we commit to this now, in 10 years it will be in the Olympics, in 15 years it will be professional sport. We'll have bigger. Hey, we'll get a TV deal with Pornhub, maybe.
Televised.
Pretending in the idiocracy where just the only media is now porn,
Yes.
including advertising.
Oh, wouldn't that be dreadful? Imagine if your president had to appear naked in front of the podium.
One of the best fucking movies ever, though.
Yes, but I think it would put a lot of. I don't think Trump would have become. I think if the president had to appear naked, I don't think Trump would have gone up for it. I think he's too ashamed of himself. I think he's genuinely ashamed of his body. He should be.
How did we get on to this from games considered a sport about Trump?
Right, nerdy.
You know that song Inchworm? It was made up about Trump.
Nerdy says
There has to be a level of shame if he's willing to let Russian hookers piss on him. So.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have a mouthful.
What are you drinking there?
What?
Is that Russian?
I get it. Yeah.
Is that Russian? That you're drinking, Jim?
So what Russian?
No, I am drinking milk.
That light orange-coloured fluid.
It's green, actually.
That's not what it looks like on camera.
Jen, it looks like piss.
It looks like Mountain Dew, doesn't it?
Right, Nerdy says
No,
one thing
it looks like piss.
one thing I don't understand is
If
why.
your piss is that colour, Sammy, you should see a doctor.
Nerdy says one thing I don't understand is why every episode seems to remind me of a chapter.
Nerdy said nothing. Nerdy said nothing.
In Sammy's fan fiction. Right, Reese is right. We've absolutely exhausted the subject. Next question.
Yeah, to be honest, let's just sum up and say video games should be an Olympic sport compared to the shit we've just proposed.
Yeah. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.